Hi, I'm Kyle, a tired therapist.
And I'm Jackie, also a tired therapist.
And together, we are
Two tired therapists. Welcome to the pod. When I worked in the prison, I was thinking about the other night. I was like, there would be some days I would literally come home and I would get ready for bed, and I would just lay in bed. Justin's like, you want like dinner? And I'm like, nope, I just want to go to bed.
No, I'm doing skinny girl dinner today.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
And it was like 7 p.m. He's like, are you sure? And I was like,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh, Yeah.
And then I would literally sleep from 7 p.m. till my alarm the next morning.
Oh, yep. I did that several times as we went to bed at like 9 o'clock. 8:30. One time I told Everett, he was working, and of course he was in a completely different time zone. He goes, isn't it like 7:30 there? I was like, it's 8:30.
It's 8:30.
It's
Don't
like
talk to me.
almost 9.
Don't talk to me.
So
Yeah, no, I get it. I 100% get it. Yeah, we have calls.
I'd like get home and be like, okay, I'm gonna watch TV, or I'm gonna do my Legos, or I'm gonna nope, didn't do any of it. Didn't do any of it.
Nope, I don't blame you.
I got a lot to get through. I got a lot of Legos. It was Star Wars Day, and I bought over $500 in Legos.
I love that for you.
But I have a Lego fund. Don't worry, it's okay.
Do you have like a separate account that's like, look?
So okay, here's the tea. I pull it out in cash. Like I'll go get it out of the ATM and I hide it at home. So then I can see. So then when it's time to buy Legos, I can go, okay, whatever I buy, then I take that money and I put it back into the account, into my bank account.
Yeah.
And
That's essentially what we're doing.
And then I pay that money like extra on because it's all I use my credit card for everything.
Yeah.
And then I pay my credit card off. Well,
Welcome.
It's giving mother.
It's giving mother.
You know, I understood. Have you seen that? Well, you know what? Cut all that. We're starting again because I don't even know what the fuck I was about to say. Cut the cameras, dead ass.
We're out.
That's
Goodbye.
enough. Jackie's doing. You know what? Jackie's done like the last 8 episodes. I have done nothing. So
and I make the reels.
I'm really not. I'm really not even needed here.
Let's look at our YouTube
so
real
you
quick
can
before
just
we
talk.
like get into it. Let's just look at the little YouTube.
This is one tired therapist.
Oh my god!
And one deceased therapist.
Let me look at the YouTube. Let's see content.
We're famous. We're Instagram famous. Our reels.
Almost.
Oh
wow, that really blew up. That one, on YouTube, the short that I posted. Also on Instagram, it's blowing up. The when work tells you to be positive, and it's just Steve Carell.
People love that. People love that.
It's been seen 1,200 times on YouTube. That's crazy.
Does it tell you like can you like it on YouTube or share it, or does it tell you that? Like, what do you do when
I just post it?
No. I mean, like, if someone sees that and they're like, "Oh, I really like that," is there like a thumbs up or?
Yeah, they can like it, and it's only got 19 likes, but it's fine.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Some of my other ones have done a lot better. That's the most viewed one we've had so far. I think the other one that I did that was the most viewed was the like if overthinking was a sport. It's the guy putting a shit ton of medals. That was less than that was 918, but we got 70 likes on that. But it's fine. We'll take it.
Nice. Well, we're famous. There you go. Quit your job. Put in your notice.
Oh my god. You know, why can't you make us famous?
I know.
Fuckers.
I'm telling you. Well, I sent you.
Although at the when we went to the Bald and the Beautiful, they said you had to post like 6 or 7 times a day. That's overkill for me.
Well, that's TikTok.
That's true.
Which is now going to be banned. Thank God. We've won, Jackie. We've won the war.
Yeah.
And we're now shifting the war to the water people. Well, and then I sent you. This is not what I am tired about it, but I don't want to use my time this week for this. But I would like to. Because you LOL'd at it, but I want your in-person reaction to the video I sent you of the woman, who was healing. What was it? Hold on. I'll just play it a little bit.
Oh my god.
Let me just play. I know that.
I know. I gotta look at it.
No. I'm going to play it a little bit for us.
I know, but I got to look at it.
Where are you at? Where are you?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, let me see. That has been
shared. You sent it to me and I looked at it and I was like,
that has been shared 898 times and liked 799 times and has... Oh. I've not looked at the comments, but... There's a lot of comments, but the first one said, "That's not a prayer. Teeth can't hear you, lady. Demanding something is not biblical."
They gave it right back to
her.
her.
And then somebody said, we have God living in us. Of course we have that authority. If what we say aligns with God's will and scripture, it will come to pass. But then after that, everyone's saying, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. My teeth feel better. Like, so again, just like with the water people, I feel like we have more interest, and maybe we don't. You know what? Write in. If we're not interesting.
No, it's funny. I listen to us when I'm driving, and I think it's fucking hilarious.
Well, I told you famously earlier, we were talking about podcasts, and I say, I don't listen to any podcasts but ours.
I have a few in my rotation right now. It really depends on how I feel that day, but I do listen to ours like when they come out, and there's one other podcast that I listen to like when they come out, but that's
And do you listen and go, I don't remember us talking about that?
100% sometimes.
Okay, great.
Sometimes I listen to us and I'm like laughing and I have no memory of.
I know. Feels a little narcissistic, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's like you have to at a certain point though. Like
we do it as content creators. You know, you have to review your stuff.
And then I text Justin and I'm like, you did a bad edit at this specific point. That did happen last time.
There was. That's okay. That's okay.
Fired.
We'll have Chat GPT start to edit our videos for us.
That would be great if it could.
Can it do that? I don't know any. Let me just say, I don't know anything about Chat GPT. What does GPT stand for? Global Positioning.
What I want to say is not.
What do you want to say? No, tell us what you want it to be.
My poor little brain. All I can think of is good. Good something.
Well, I thought it was Google it for like chat Google people.
Generative pre-trained transformer.
What?
Lame.
That's stupid. Who came up with that?
Anyways.
Who did come up with Chat GPT?
Google.
Is it Google?
Oh, no. It's not?
Producer Justin says no.
What?
Was it Elon Musk?
Probably.
Probably.
I don't know. Anyways.
It's all tired. But really.
Yes.
What's tired? You want me to go?
I could go first. This one's going to be a rant.
Oh, please.
Not really a rant, but it's going to be.
Usually it's me. I don't like. I need you to.
And we have talked about this before. And
great.
I'm so sorry to every.
No, they need to hear
listener.
It again. No, they need to hear it again.
There's going to be a point where we're going to start repeating stuff because it is hard. But I'm just going to say I'm really tired of the algorithms and like how. Okay, so I'm specifically for YouTube.
You're taking this from me.
Oh, really? Is this what you're tired?
No.
Okay.
But you know how I'm always mad at my Instagram.
No. Okay. So listen to what happened to me the other day. So I was on my computer. I don't even remember what I was doing. I was on YouTube. And I usually have podcasts on YouTube. I watch some like video game stuff on YouTube. Like I'm not hugely like doing anything crazy.
Video games being The Sims.
Some of it is The Sims, some of it's not. I'm really into watching The Last of Us. If you've ever, I think I asked you.
No, I've watched it. No, I loved it.
I
haven't played the game.
I like watching the game. The second game is good. Yeah, and the remastered version they have like anyways I won't get into it, but I like to watch it. So I'm not like my videos are it's like Drag Race, Sims, random Last of Us video game, maybe like some other. Justin watched on my YouTube one time and like it messed with that, but it wasn't too bad. But it was like another podcast thing. So I was on YouTube and this video came up and it was like a video of like Gordon Ramsay like yelling at somebody, like the Hell's Kitchen guy.
Love that.
So I was like, and I think it was a short. I don't even think it was like an actual video. And I watched a short and now my whole fucking feed for YouTube is Hell's Kitchen videos. And I am living for this shit.
Oh, I love that.
It was like best eliminations from Hell. And I watched the show like when it was out, like when it was new, like way back when.
On Fox.
Yeah, but it's not, I think it's still out, but it's not the same. And I literally spent one day 2+ hours just watching Hell's Kitchen videos. I was like, but it made me mad because I was like, I watched a 20-second short and then my feed was just like, I bet you if I pull it up.
You pause for like 2 seconds and they're like, oh, this is what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
wonder, it would be cool, and maybe you can, if you could look up like what your most viewed like themes are. And then that's like your spirit.
Yeah.
Cause like yours, that was perfect. Like The Sims, Last of Us, Drag Race, like that's your spirit.
Yeah.
So like, what's mine?
Yeah. And I was telling Kyle,
let's do it in vivo. Let's do our first 3. So go to your shorts.
Oh my God. Well, I gotta get
Or should we do your first 3 videos? How does it work? I don't know how it works.
I'm such a boomer.
Either. Okay, here are my first 3 like that come up on just the main page for videos.
Sure.
The first one is Paternity Court, which is 100%
You watched
true.
Paternity Court. I love that.
Court. The next one is from a video game, Mass Effect. It's actually Michael Scott resolves conflicts in Mass Effect. So you might like that one.
Okay.
And then The Bald and the Beautiful.
Okay. So mine is, my first one is the Try Guys Ruin Vintage Cakes, which is funny, and I am a Try Guys fan. I'm not sorry about it.
Well,
that's the first one. I've been watching their stuff after the whole scandal. Do you remember the scandal? You probably.
Oh yeah. With the one slept with somebody.
With the employee. Yeah.
Whatever.
I stopped watching them a long time ago.
Who hasn't done that?
God, it's so bad. Second one is the Last of Us video game. It is it's the Daily Run, and then it's Drag Race season 16 out of context.
Oh well.
And then under it is Drag Race All Stars 1. It is the Meeple Society, which is my in-laws podcast / YouTube channel, and then it's a Sims video.
There you go.
So it's the top 6.
So top 6.
Yeah.
Let me see what.
And then I have Bald and the Beautiful. If you keep scrolling, and then if you keep scrolling to the third one, it's Hell's Kitchen. Melissa tries sabotaging her team. Bald and the Beautiful, and then Conan sometimes comes up.
Mine is something, someone saying this is how women should behave in paternity court.
Oh my God.
And then video of Michelle Visage and Bianca Del Rio. And then Chopper from Star Wars. Chopper, the little droid being savage. He'd be one of my spirit animals. Chopper.
And I told you we had to fix our closet, and so now my Instagram feed is like organizational videos. So I mean, it's crazy. Anyways, I'm just I'm tired of the algorithm, and I'm tired of it destroying my spirit. Anyways.
Stephanie, call us. We need to know what's going on.
All right, tell me what you're tired of.
Well, I think I'm going to go on a rant a little bit with this one as well, since we're doing that today. And I think the straights and their PDA, and this is not you. This is you and producer Justin are heterosexual. That's different.
Yes,
right?
yes.
When we talk about the straight, because you go into the grocery store, and when I wrote this on my list the other day, I was at the grocery store.
Oh God.
On the Lord's Day, because that's when I go, and I'm walking down the chip aisle, minding my business. There's 2 straights in front of me, and they are holding hands while walking down, one's pushing the cart with one hand, holding each other, and then they do this little play. I don't know what it was, play fight or something. I don't know. And she kind of wraps her arm, because he's pushing the cart. She wraps her arm kind of around him, gives a little hug, and then down the back of his pants to squeeze his
inside
whatever
of his pants?
He did inside his pants. I don't know what she did. And I will never. I don't.
Justin and I have the same face. We're like,
what,
oh my God.
What you straights do in the bedroom is none of my business. But whatever you did, whether you touched his stink eye, his perineum, whatever it was, now that's on all these chips that I'm about to touch.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
You just now put that on my spicy chili nacho chips that I was gonna buy. But the gays are problematic, which. They are, but the straights are too. So,
yeah. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one.
But that's you're at the grocery store. I get it. If you're at a restaurant or something and you want to do a little hand holding, I still have something to say about it. But fine.
I'm not a big I don't like PDA as a general rule for anyone. I'm if you're hugs, kisses, pecks.
Sure.
If I see your tongue out on somebody, we're done. But I will say, in the grocery store, I will do this to Justin. He's gonna.
Oh, I love it.
Sometimes I will do this just to mess with him. But we'll be walking and I'll just put my hand on his butt and he's like, people are around and I'm like, I don't care. And I'm like, and he's like, stop it. And I'm just like, it's
okay, but
I'm not. It's not
you're not
inside
finger
his
banging
pants.
His fart box at all.
And it's for 2 seconds. I'm just like.
He's gonna cut this all out.
No, he won't.
He's gonna chat GPT a new intro.
A new intro.
But I think it's just you don't need to. I see it. People say people are just walking down the street. You guys are on a walk together. You don't need to hold hands.
No.
You don't need to hold hands.
No, we honestly it's really interesting. We'll be walking and sometimes we'll hold hands and Justin's like, all right, we're holding hands.
Yeah, I think I don't like PDA, but. It's too
not
much.
Like that.
It's too much.
If she'd have gone over I'd been like, okay, fine. But going in, that's gross.
Well, you didn't need to.
What if
don't
you
need
just
to
took
hold
a poo
hands.
and didn't wipe?
Thank you.
Well, here's
foreshadowing. Foreshadowing for today's episode.
Now I have to read this one because I wasn't going to read it, but now I got to do it.
Yeah, straights, you got to stop. Like with the PD, you don't need to do it at the grocery store. You don't need to do it in these places.
Just rubbing your sexuality all up in our
faces.
Thank
you. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it.
I hate it. I don't like it either.
I don't need to see it.
Well,
but my rights need to be taken away. Maybe they do. I don't know. Another episode.
That's another episode. Well, we foreshadowed it beautifully.
Well, let's just jump right in because here we are. It's another Jackie episode.
And we're doing Reddit stories because it's been a minute. And last one we did was sort of on the holiday theme.
Yeah, we did a holiday theme.
And I have just been saving some of the good ones. When I say good ones, you decide what that.
I hope you mean unhinged.
Yeah, it is a little unhinged. Okay, let me just.
As the queen of Reddit,
I know.
Bestow upon us your gift.
I have to. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Well, since we just talked about this, so the title is "My New Boyfriend Left Shit Stains on My Couch. Do I Tell Him?" Ready?
Yes. Move on. We don't even need to read the story.
This is actually
the answer is yes. Yes, you need to tell him.
Oh my God.
I have a lot to say already.
So as the title says, basically, we are both mid to late 20s. We are dating for around 2 months now. So this is early.
Okay.
This is early for a shit stain on the couch.
This is early for having your bare ass on my couch.
Oh, well.
I hope we get the logistics of how that happens.
So, and we have known each other for about a half a year, so it's pretty early into the relationship. Yesterday, he's been over at my place, and we were getting frisky on the couch. After he'd left, I noticed some streaks on the sofa, and upon further investigation, aka smell check, girl, I don't.
No.
And this is a female writing, and hold on, I just lost that. Okay,
well, of course it is. Gays don't have dirty asses if they're messing around on the couch.
There was no doubt that these were shit smears, and they were pretty much in the spot where he sat when I was on top. So I would say that the probability that it was him is very high. To his defense, we do not live in a country where bidets are really a thing, and he slid downwards during intercourse, so that probably helped spreading the cheeks, I guess. I haven't read this one in a while, and this is shocking to me. Also, he's recently been he's been to a doctor for a procedure in the rectal area, so I'm thinking maybe it's affected by that too. Anyway, I spent about 40 minutes rubbing the stains out of the covers, and I'm wondering whether to tell him or not. Yeah, that's bad. On the hand, I think it's a very funny story. We make fun about embarrassing moments between ourselves all the time. We have had sex on the couch in the same position before, and everything was fine. So for now, I would be willing to believe maybe it's a one-time thing, but maybe part of me also kind of wants to make sure that there are no underlying hygiene issues, I guess. Every sentence is like, I guess.
Girl.
On the other hand, he's a bit self-conscious in general, and I believe this could be so embarrassing to him that he can't look me in the eyes anymore, and I really don't want to risk this relationship over it. I don't know, girl. I don't know.
No. That's too much.
So maybe just letting it slide for now and telling him in a year, given that there are no reoccurrences, would be the better option. Any advice would be appreciated.
No, I think you either tell him now or
you
don't.
You have to
gotta
say
pick.
something.
You gotta pick
I don't
one.
think
you can't be like in a year, be like, hey, funny story.
That's a dick
year
move.
ago. That's a dick move. Yeah.
I'm gonna wait a year. We're dating. You leave shit stains on my couch a year later. I'm like, guess what, bitch?
Guess what, bitch? Right. The first time.
And I rubbed them in this.
And I rubbed them in because I didn't know the dab method because I'm.
Oh my God.
Fine.
I think if it was me, I think I would approach it. He just got some sort of medical stuff done for his butt. I think I would just say, hey, you have to be matter of fact about this stuff. You can't just be like, you left shit. Like, I would just be like, hey, after you left last time, there were stains on my couch. He probably can put two and two together from his ass. I wouldn't even say shit stains. I would just say stains. I just want to make sure you're fine. And I just want to tell you in case you didn't know. And that's all I would say.
I love that.
If he freaks
I'm just
out,
checking in.
If he freaks out and loses his shit,
goodbye.
Dumb.
Goodbye. Yeah.
2, if he doesn't freak out and he's like, oh, I'm really sorry. Like, is there anything I can do? Green flag. We're fine.
Yeah.
And then if you're like, maybe you should talk to your doctor because that's crazy. Like, that is wild. Like,
that's crazy behavior.
Like, I mean, it's all in the reaction. It's wild.
I don't think we need to make a big deal, right? Like, it happens sometimes, but
sometimes
if he's an alpha and he's not washing his asshole, that's a problem. We can't do that. No.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow. And that's how we started.
Yep. Okay, here's another one. This one is kind of I'll be interested to hear your take. It says, my daughter now thinks her dad groomed me.
I'm sorry, say that again.
My daughter, it says, my 36 female daughter, 12 female, now thinks her dad, 50 male, groomed me. So like the title says, my eldest child believes her father groomed me. At first, when she approached me with this, I kind of laughed because at the time I wasn't that familiar with the term, and from what I knew about it, I thought maybe she was the one confused on it. But now she has become very distant from her father and acts weird in front of him. She was always a daddy's girl, so this is breaking his heart. Anyways, a few days ago, she approached me for the third time, asked about this grooming thing, and I finally sat her down and asked her what she thought grooming was. I listened to her explanation of it and looked up the textbook definition to compare, and she was almost spot on. At first, I believe maybe she learned this from kids in her school because they often pick on her for being biracial, and maybe they got tired of that, so they decided to find something new to pick on her about. But this was shortly proven to be false, a false theory after she told me she learned it from the devil app itself, TikTok.
Oh,
she said she did the math and it seemed like from our ages when we met, 2007, that he groomed me. I was quite taken aback and had to explain to her that when I met her dad, he was 35 and I was 20, both legal adults.
So this is the little girl saying
Yeah, this is her daughter.
To the mom. Okay.
Yeah.
To the
mom.
So she's saying the husband groomed her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she thinks her mom got groomed by her dad.
Gotcha.
Met when dad was 35 and I was 20, both legal adults. Her father is my first love and my first husband. I am his second wife and the only woman he has his kids with, even though after I explained she is still acting weird towards her father. My other two children, 9 and 4, have also started noticing her weird behavior, and I'm worried that soon they will start asking why she is acting like that. What do you all recommend? Yikes. Well, I think I would ask her, I would want to see the TikToks that she's yeah, I would.
What are you?
I would be confiscating her phone and I would be looking at TikTok I would be deleting TikTok
it immediately.
Wild that a 12-year-old. This is what's crazy about TikTok, but this is not the point of the story. The point of the story is your daughter thinks. Well, it's part of it. I think you just explain it like you said. I think she did say that. She said I explained.
Yeah.
Because grooming is very, for those who are not aware of what grooming is, it's basically when somebody older, I don't want to say grooms, but like manipulates a younger person who's underage and can't really consent to what's happening. So it'd be like a 25-year-old trying to date a 16, 15-year-old.
And being like, that, this is okay.
Yeah, and everybody's and this
and if somebody says something to you, here's what you say.
Right. And this was a thing way back when child marriages were okay and people got married at 13 or whatever. Like but we've taken grooming to like a new level, in my opinion. Like, I read stories on Reddit sometimes where it's like a 19-year-old guy who started dating his girlfriend when he was 17, and they're like, "You're grooming her," and I'm like, "That's not grooming." Like, I think there might be a specific age gap to grooming. I don't know what it is, but I think you just, I don't know. What would you do? I think I would just say like it's not grooming and try to explain what grooming is.
I think I
would, then
would
delete TikTok.
I think I would say like, show me. What's what I do with my clients? If they ever come in saying like, "Well, I saw this on TikTok," I tell them you can't refer to a TikTok video without sending it to me. So they have to send me the video and then we go over it together. So I think I would tell her like, "Well, show me what you've seen," and then we'd go over it, and I would then be like, "Well, that's not grooming. Like this is what it is." Because first off, she's 12. Why? What are you seeing between your parents that tells you it's grooming? You can't see it. It's not something you can look at and see.
Well, and if you're doing it based on the ages, 36 to 50, that's a 14-year difference.
Well, and she's 12, so she's
it's
fucking
not
stupid. So she probably doesn't know how to do math. So shut up.
It sounds like if the ages are correct, then her mom was 24 when she had her, so it's like 4 years into their relationship. That's not like that's not like got pregnant immediately.
No, that's no. Yeah, I think she did. Yeah, and then delete TikTok.
All right, here's the next one. These are some of my favorite stories, and I saved them. And I don't think I've ever read them on this podcast. But I, 26 male, had drunk sex with my best friend, 27 female. A few nights ago, I held a small party at my house and invited a few friends and family. At the party was my best friend of 12 years. She comes to all my house parties, but that night was a little different. Side note, I've had a crush on this friend for 3 or 4 years. These are some of my favorite stories.
Well, okay, here we go.
We drank together and struck up a conversation that somehow turned into dancing. Not the romantic kind, the goofy drunk kind of dancing where you're stepping over each other's feet while laughing up a storm. I never had a moment like that with her until then. As the night progresses, we started to play fight and wrestle as we took breaks to drink even more. Sometime after the play fighting, we are making out while laying on my bed, exchanging words like "I want you" and "I love you."
Oh my god!
I feel like
the straights. The straights.
Things eventually heat up, and the last thing I remember before blacking out was my head between your legs.
Well, There you go.
I kind of
remember the episode.
Morning comes and I wake up alone. Since then, I've tried asking her what she remembers, and she only replies with not much. When I ask if she wants to know what I remember, she replies that she's too scared and doesn't want to know. Where do I go from here? A mutual friend of ours said I should just ask her to dinner and a movie, but I don't even know if she likes me like that, and I don't want to do anything to hurt this long-standing friendship.
Ooh,
this is a tough one.
You in danger, girl. If you don't know, then it's probably a no. That's what I'm gonna say.
I think this is tough.
I sense
there's been no updates. So I don't know.
I have a smell of regret on her end. I do believe.
See, I think that maybe she's nervous and she likes him and doesn't want to ruin this. Because I read a lot of these stories and it's like people will like ghost the other because they also have feelings, but they don't want to be the one admitting that they have feelings.
Okay. I could see that. I could see that.
I don't hate like let's maybe not dinner and a movie. Maybe like, hey, let's like hang out or something, like something low key that doesn't feel like a date. Like I guess I don't know if they like hang out solo.
No, I think we got
dinner and movie is
we need to address it. Like
but I'm saying don't be like, oh, let's go to dinner. Like that feels like a date. Like I wouldn't try to treat it like a date. I'd be like, hey, let's meet up and talk about like let's go for coffee. That seems less.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
That seems less datey. Like I'm saying, if you're gonna come in guns a-blazing and be like, let's go to dinner.
Right. I blacked out between your legs. So do you want to go to the movies now? Do you want to go see, you want
to go see The Incredibles?
You want to go see The Incredibles? You want to go see Inside Out 2? Right. It's coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But I think it needs you have to you both need to address that and be like, okay, so what's
if the message from her is I don't want to talk about this, or like let's pretend this didn't happen, then you have your answer.
Exactly.
But I think if there's I don't remember, like you have to sort of gauge it, and I don't think you should go into it being like, what do you remember? Like I think you should be like, hey,
you need to put it on. If you want to broach the subject,
you want to date her. If you like her, you've had a crush on her for 3 or 4 years, I think this is where you can shoot your shot, but you have to accept it. But I would do coffee. I would not do alcohol. Maybe coffee.
No, that got us in the wrong
place. And I would not
do
dinner and a movie. That's
no.
That's not gonna go well.
No.
Anyways.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of these stories on.
Because either way, either she says yes, I'm into you, and you move on, or she says no, I'm not into you, and you move on.
Yeah.
T.
Yeah, T. All right, I'll read one more, and then we'll take a break, and then I'll read a couple more. This one was really interesting. I might have to read the whole thing, and it's kind of long, but families do not want their kids to date for an unusual reason.
I already hate it.
Mm-hmm. So my now GF and I have known each other for our entire lives. Our families have been friends for a long time now, so we were always close. My girlfriend and I had feelings for each other for a while, but never acted on it until a few months ago. We secretly dated until 2 weeks ago when we went to prom together. We thought everyone would think it was the coolest thing ever, but they had the opposite reaction. They told us we were not allowed to date, and that was that. The only explanation we got is that it's weird because we're basically family, which doesn't make sense because we're not related. We're just so confused about why they're acting like this. We're not going to stop because we're going away to college in a couple of months, but it's frustrating and they're ruining this for us. Anyone have any idea what they're doing or how we can get them to change their minds? Well, so they're not related. They're not cousins. Right. They're not. It's 2 separate families. The kids are dating.
I see no issue.
I see no issue either.
Now, I mean, you can't get them to change their mind. I mean, I feel like this happens a lot. I feel like you are close with like another family, friends of friends. Like this will probably never happen, but if we all were to have kids,
it's
and
happening.
Like I don't think it would be that shocking if like our kids liked you. Like
I mean, it would. Yeah,
right. I wouldn't think anything of it. That'd be great because then we'd be parent-in-law. Yeah. So I don't get this either. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know what the T could be?
What?
Maybe there's a paternity issue. Maybe they are related.
Well, do you want to know? Because
please.
This is all.
Yes.
This is updates.
Oh, good. Okay, let's keep going.
And I'm trying to think if like these people walked into my office and was like, "I need therapy." I'd be like, "Girl, this is crazy."
Girl, yes, you do.
This is an update. It's from 2 days later, so it's not that far out. There's good news and then there's awful news. Good news is no incest here. We're not related. Awful news is our parents are poly and basically a foursome. We were trying to get an answer out of our parents all day yesterday, but they kept giving the same BS excuses. We called my girlfriend's older sister to see if she knew why they didn't want us together. We knew she would try to help us because she definitely wanted us to be together. She caught the 4 of them together one time a few years ago and was told to keep it a secret. She told her grandparents about it and caused a big fight that eventually got resolved. We confronted our parents about it and they confirmed it didn't start until all 4 of their children were born, so we're definitely not related.
Okay.
We asked them what they expected us to do, and they said break up so they could continue their relationship. They thought we had more of a brother-sister dynamic, and we were surprised that it was actually romantic. Not really proud of it, but we flipped out on them. I don't have anything against the poly lifestyle, but it's weird when people you're close to are into it. We told them it's unfair of them to have a relationship that will be hidden forever while my girlfriend and I can't have a public one. They said we were young and would probably break up one day, so it's better to end it now to keep the peace in the family. We left and went to stay at her sister's apartment. Now what? Why does this have to be so complicated? We can't just break up and pretend like nothing happened to please our parents. It's also super hypocritical of them. I think it's supposed to be hypocritical.
Yeah.
To use the basically family excuse at first while they are doing the same fucking thing.
Right.
We're so lost now. What should we do?
How old are they? How old are the kids?
18.
Oh, you're adults. Bye. You don't have to listen to your parents anymore.
Yeah, I think I would probably, I think if it was me, I would probably go low contact. Like, I would, like, not completely cut them out, but I would be like, I'm not breaking up with my girlfriend because of your guys' sexual stuff, which is your business, whatever. But, like, your stuff shouldn't affect my stuff and vice versa.
No.
I mean, I don't understand why I don't understand why the kids have to break up so they can keep fucking each other.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make
any sense at all. Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, if they were coming in for therapy, I think I would want to talk to the parents and be like, so what, like, why is this uncomfortable for you?
Yeah, like
they're not related. Like,
yeah,
if there was a paternity question.
Right.
Okay,
that would make
fine.
more sense.
But there's not.
Yeah.
What, I mean, I don't know. I don't see the issue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think I agree. You're 18. You can limit your contact with them now and just say, like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So, and then they updated it. There's several updates. I'll only do the next one because they're super long. But it's like we went home after school on Monday and told our parents we would continue dating, and that was final. They haven't said anything about it since, but we can tell it still bothers them. Like when I told my parents I was going with my girlfriend to a grad party yesterday. They just rolled their eyes at me. Oh, well, the two of us are just having fun being together. We graduated from high school. The best part is having our parents take pictures of the two of us. Next weekend is going to be wild with my grad party on Saturday and hers on Sunday. Going to be interesting to see what more extended family thinks of our relationship because they're all friends too. And they put in parentheses, yeah, Christmas is a shit show.
Sure.
Like I said, I'll post a final update on what happened in the summer, what college is like, and basically the next update, to summarize, I'm not going to read it because it's kind of long, but they're not happy, but they're accepting of the relationship now.
I'm going to assume the parents are probably they're probably more like conservative, traditional people, and so this is probably like way outside the box for them. Because I feel like I could see it from that point of view that, like, if their kids did get married, you're now fucking your in-laws. I mean, I don't know how that
your in-laws are relationing.
Right. So I could see that being strange if you're not more like open mindset.
But I think honestly though, it'd be.
But I don't think it's an issue.
I feel like it's a best case scenario for the parents because it's like let's say your kids date for 5 years, they get married, and like you being close, like if you're really still doing this and you're not telling anybody about it, like it's not going to seem weird if you're close with the other people's parents.
No.
Like I don't understand what is the problem with it.
Well, and you're not fucking in the streets, so nobody. I mean, well, that's your.
We don't know what they're doing.
We don't know what you're doing, but
they got caught by one of their kids, which is interesting. But
I don't think people are. It's none of their business.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not.
So I don't think there's no problem.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That was
nice.
I
was trying to find ones that weren't like, I need my husband to wash his penis.
Well, but
I was trying to find more relational ones.
This, I think that's maybe what our podcast changes to. TikTok is gone. Now we start attacking men who don't wash their penises or their butts.
Oh my God, I love it. Well, let's take a little quick break. I'll read a few more. And then I think I have a gay or straight. Actually.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Welcome back.
Here's some rotted ones. This Kyle requested on the break.
I need to feel.
I guess
alive.
What's your definition of rotted?
I need to feel alive. I need to feel like my life really isn't that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
so.
this one might do it for you. There's another one I'm going to read that might do it for you.
The stuff that other people go through.
Okay. This says, am I the asshole for throwing out my girlfriend's dolls?
Okay. Love it. Love it.
My 24 male girlfriend, 23 female, have been together long distance for 3 years. We just moved in together. I moved across the country for her after finishing college. I always knew my girlfriend liked creepy shit, like haunted houses and scary movies, but I didn't realize she liked to collect creepy shit. I'd seen her apartment over video calls, but there was one thing she neglected to show me, a fucking shelf, in all caps, shelf is in all caps, of creepy ass dolls. When I was walking through the apartment for the first time, I noticed it in the corner of the living room, and holy shit, I asked her, and she said she likes thrifting for old, abandoned dolls, cleaning them, getting them new clothes, doing their hair, and then throwing them on the shelf. Then started introducing me to them. They all had names, and there were a couple really rough ones that she said she had since she was a kid, or were her mom's, or some were her grandma's, and the other 4 were thrifted. She said the ones she thrifts and gets into good enough shape she gives to disadvantaged kids at the daycare she works at. She only keeps the ugly ones. I'm just trying to picture these dolls. I wish there were pictures. I don't think there are. I thought I'd be okay with it, but every morning I just dreaded looking at them. They made me so fucking uncomfortable. I tried buying her Squishmallows, which I think are those like pillow squishy things.
Yeah, they're like, yeah.
Thinking maybe she could collect something more normal instead. She loved them, but she's still all about the dolls. I then suggested she give them to her kids at daycare or display them at daycare instead, but she said she would be worried they'd be damaged or taken home by kids by accident. I think she realized I didn't like them, so she asked if I wanted her to move them into the closet. I said yes and thought that would be it. Well, one of my friends flew out to visit, and when we were hanging out, he dropped a bowl of popcorn. I asked him to grab the vacuum out of the closet, and he almost shit his pants. The dolls' heads all poked out of the box. Their creepy little eyes stared into his soul. Horror movie shit. I was so embarrassed that my girlfriend was apologetic, but I had a bit of a laugh. Honestly, that was the last straw. Those fucking things wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. The next day, which is today, is garbage day. I took them out of the box, tossed them while my girlfriend was away. It's gone. My girlfriend came home and I started sweating. I told my friends we were going to leave in to get dinner. She's been calling and texting, but I wanted to give her time to cool off. My friend is saying I'm a bit of a jerk, but I genuinely feel like I had to do it. Is he the asshole? I think he's a big fucking asshole.
That you are a big fucking asshole and a big fucking baby.
I think you also don't know how to communicate appropriately with your girlfriend.
I mean, it doesn't. It's not like it was excessive. It sounds like it was in a little corner.
It sounds like maybe there were like
less than 10,
5 to 7, maybe.
Yeah, like not a lot. I think
she moved him into the closet after you asked,
and then because your friend had a moment.
Yeah, he freaked out, and like anybody would freak out by that. And I think if it was me,
like that was the last straw.
I mean, I would kind of like giggle and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize," but like to toss him into the garbage.
And he said some of
them.
He
did it on purpose,
and he said some of them were like her mom,
yeah,
like
and
her
grandmas. What the
so,
fuck?
Yeah, you're the asshole. You could have just communicated and said like, they really make me uncomfortable. Like, which he did. I guess he did, but like. To just throw them out completely, no.
Oh, there's an update. Hold on. Well, I'll read you one of the comments that's on here. I think it was the top comment. It's like, you're the asshole. Not only did you throw away something that didn't belong to you, but items that held great sentimental value to your girlfriend. These aren't dolls that she can find down at the Walmart. They belong to her mom and grandma. This is unforgivable. She already compromised by putting them in the closet since you didn't like them. You'd better hope that it wasn't garbage pickup day and get them back. I hope the dolls are possessed by evil spirits and haunt you.
Absolutely. Which, like, if you believe in that, like, I could see you having a concern there. To you can't be picking up these dolls.
Oh my god.
But it sounds like she even put a lot of time and effort to like cleaning them and buying them or making them clothes.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, you're the asshole. I just think, Edward, if you're listening, if he ever did this with my Legos, because I know he doesn't like my Legos, because there was too many or something, gone.
A lot of people are saying that she should break up with him.
Murdered.
Also, I just want to add this. I did not notice when I read this originally, but apparently her mom died when she was 3. So it's not even like her mom's alive.
Oh, girl. Yep. No, there's no gray area here. You are the asshole. Way to go.
Oh my god, somebody is like, how, like, she's gonna break up with him. He's like, I don't want to break up. And he said, I really don't understand how they even remind her of her mom. She was only 3 when her mom died. Her grandma raised her and recently passed away too.
Oh.
I get it all now from the people saying here, because everybody commented and said you're a fucking asshole, and I'm the asshole. I wish I could take it back, but I can't. I'm going back to the apartment now to apologize, because he also went to dinner purposely knowing he left and the dolls were gone.
Oh yeah.
And then ignored her calls and texts. Yep. Oh my god.
You're not only going back to that apartment, but to get broken up with too.
I would, if it was me, if I was the girlfriend, I think I would box it. Well, he was gonna box up all of his shit, and I'd be like, "You're gone.
You're gone." Right.
And I don't give a shit where you go.
I think I would set up a tripwire landmine, so when he came back to the apartment, he would explode. So,
that's not a bad idea.
There you go.
Well, here's his update. I got many messages asking for an update, but I was banned from the asshole. So Sorry.
Wow.
You don't see that often.
Wow.
I went home and my girlfriend asked me where her dolls were. She'd had a bad day and assumed that I had moved them somewhere after they spooked my friend, but she really wanted them because they're very comforting for her. I sat her down and told her the truth. To be honest, I expected to be yelled at. It would have been easier, but instead she started sobbing, which is probably the worst thing, honestly. It reminded me of when her grandma died. I think that's when it sunk in how bad I fucked up. I slept on the couch with my friend, and today I swore to do everything I could to correct my massive fuck up. Unfortunately, there's no way we could possibly get the originals back. They would have ended up compacted and heading into a massive landfill outside the city.
God.
So I texted my girlfriend what kind of dolls they were. Most of them she knew, but one of her grandma's dolls were handmade, so obviously that one I can't replace. I started scouring the internet looking for antique shops, thrift stores, pawn shops, ordered a couple online that were the same ones as she had and found a similar one to the one she had at the stores. I didn't realize how expensive dolls were. No shit, bitch. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't broken up with me yet, but I'm expecting it after what everyone has told me. I'm sleeping on the couch again tonight. I'm looking to get a book a flight home. I'm planning to continue to pay my half of the rent for the year since she doesn't make much money, and I'll be living with my parents. If she asks for money to try to replace all the dolls, I'll pay it. It's the least I can do. Thank you for everyone for your brutal honesty.
I mean, kudos to him for trying to replace some of the dolls. However, though the sentimental value of those you cannot replace. So
his profile and see if he's commented on anything. No. It's no. He got his ass served to him in the comments.
As
hopefully that's routed enough for you. That was
as you should. I love that.
I can't even imagine.
Love that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can you? Okay. Here's another rotted one. My 31 female husband, 31 male, doesn't make us the same meals with a question mark at the end of it. Sorry. I was going to read it as a sentence, just a statement, but my husband doesn't make us the same meals. This may seem like an overreaction, but I'm not sure because I don't have family or friends to talk to about it. What?
Red flag.
Okay. Well, what does that mean? So my 31 female husband, 31 male, and I have been married for 11 years. We share cooking. Sometimes he'll cook, sometimes I'll cook. There's no real issue with this. However, I've always noticed he will serve me first and then spend another 10 to 15 minutes preparing his meals still. He'll always tell me to go ahead and eat first, and I will because I'm usually hungry by then. However, the other day he made grilled cheese sandwiches, and I don't really love it, but he does, and he served me up first. I was in the middle of emailing, so I didn't end up eating mine until he came out and was eating too. While we were eating, I noticed his sandwich was thicker, while mine was just literally with bread and cheese. I asked him why his was different, and he had filled his up with ham, tomato, 2 types of cheese, garlic sauce, and sweet jalapenos. I asked where my toppings were, and he insisted that I didn't like these toppings. What?
Grooming.
Oh my God, this
grooming
is grooming.
alert.
I said, no, I like all the toppings. He said, I don't like grilled cheese sandwiches. I said, yeah, because it's just cheese and bread, but obviously it would taste better with the toppings. He then said that he was just using up what was left over, and I went and looked in the fridge and the pantry, and nope, full jars of the toppings and plenty of cheese. What a fuck. So sorry, that was my comment.
If anyone was wondering.
Right. God. He then said he was just using up the garlic sauce, and he decided last minute to add everything. This makes me particularly shitty because he knows I was always given scraps growing up because I didn't have a big appetite. My brother always got the full meals. Every time it's my turn to cook, I always make sure we have an even amount of everything, and if something is running out, I'll most likely make sure he has whatever is remaining because I know he grew up in a large family. I want to make sure he feels like he gets enough. It had me thinking of all the other times he's cooked and served himself later, and I don't know if this is a trick to get me to eat first, so by the time he sits down, I don't care what all the extras he's added on top. I've always had a complicated relationship with food as well, but I think people don't want to waste food on me, and that's making me feel useless. This whole thing has just been very triggering. That's the end of it.
Well, I think if she's triggered, she needs to address that with him in a healthy way. This sounds like a deeper issue than you didn't put jalapenos on my grilled cheese. I think that man has ADHD as well. I do think that man probably just saw all these things. Well, no. Well, shocker, right? No, but I think maybe he did. Maybe last minute was like, oh, that looks really good. And then it was just like ADHD, like impulsive. Let me put everything I see on the sandwich now. She also said she had issues with food. So if that means like I'm just gonna go big or go home, like if we're talking eating disorder kind of stuff or texture stuff or you're a picky eater, like he's not gonna keep track of what you want.
It feels kind of like he's trying to like restrict what you eat. Like he's purposely. I mean, that's kind of how it feels a little bit. If he's like.
We need another example of what else he's done.
Yeah, like I want another and she said she hasn't paid attention until this moment. So and there's no update, so I don't know like what if it I don't like it. It makes me feel weird, and I don't know why. I think it's just because like it's kind of a dick thing to do.
He could have at least asked her like, "Hey, I'm putting
I'm
remaking
like I can remake you a sandwich or whatever." Yeah. But I have a weird perspective because Justin makes all my meals, and I don't think he's
Does
ever
he do that to you?
No, no. There's a reason I've gained a lot of weight since we've been together. Okay.
Wow.
Bitch makes all the food.
But does he make like if he knows like I don't know like you don't like black olives, so he won't put black olives on.
I don't like olives either.
Your thing.
He won't. We typically I say we like I do cook a little bit, but it's not that much.
I know when I said thank you for breakfast today, you said you're welcome, and I was like you didn't do anything.
It's true.
Sorry to put you on blast, but it was very funny.
Well, I also paid for the
maybe
materials.
You bought it. Yeah,
I paid
okay.
for the materials.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
What was your question? Does he has he ever
like if he knows you don't like something like
he won't
and
he won't
put
make
it on
it.
there.
He won't make it. Like we would I don't think he's ever made a meal where like he was making something that I didn't like that he served to himself.
Or like
but not
if he
me,
wants
or
it, yeah, like or if he was like, oh, I want jalapenos, but I know you don't like those, then he wouldn't. Like he just
no. So I will say this. So sort of the reverse. Like typically, if like burgers, like if he makes a burger, I love pickles. Justin hates pickles. Love pickles.
Okay.
He will put pickles on my burger, but not his.
Okay.
Like so, I mean,
right.
No, like he's never like I can't think of a time where like he's ever like. Have you ever? I don't think you've ever made something where you didn't give it also to me. Like you didn't make 2 portions of the same thing. He's thinking.
Yeah.
No, he's shaking his head because there's not. It just comes
like
off really
he's not
odd.
like here's like okay I'm making soup tonight. Here's your Campbell's chicken and noodle soup that I only warmed up for 30 seconds while I have this like gazpacho with vegetables that I'm eating.
No. I don't like. Yeah, I know. This is weird to me. Like it seems like the way it's coming off to me, based on how she's writing it, is it's like a deliberate thing. Because like it's not just like
that seems to be what
it's not like a grilled cheese with like turkey on it. Like it's not like one. It's like a whole spread. I don't know.
Right.
I think but I'm with you. If this is upsetting to her, if she's triggered, then she should say something to him and be like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Right.
And then if he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like this is just a one-time thing," then you need to fucking pay attention on your own and see if he's really doing this all the time or if this was just a one-time thing.
Right. I mean, clearly it's not been that big if you've just now noticed.
And if you have eating stuff and you feel like you need, then go to therapy.
Right. Yeah, that's your tea. And she said something about like, my parents used to do that to me or something. Well, that's
I used to feed my brother first, which is like that's
right.
Weird
You're
too,
being triggered.
whatever.
You need to address that with him. I mean, maybe he'll say, "Oh yeah, I don't know, you're a fat bitch and you need to stop eating." But then you will know.
It feels.
He could literally just be like, "Oh, I just that's what I like. I didn't think you liked grilled anything on your grilled cheese."
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and maybe it's just a miscommunication. Maybe he was like, "Oh, I didn't think you liked this thing, whatever."
Communication. We talked about it. Communication is key.
It's crazy. I'm trying. That one's wild. Okay, let me read this one. This one's a little long. I'll read one more after this one, and then we'll do Gay or Straight. The title is: My husband just told me that he would divorce me if his late wife came back during an argument.
Oh.
T.
Oh my.
My husband and I have been together for 10 years and we have been married for 6. He and his late wife were together for 3 years and married for 1. They have a son who is now 13. I know I don't come first in his eyes, and as a person who doesn't like a whole lot of attention, it worked out pretty well. He goes to her grave every day after work. Girl. Takes their son to her grave on the weekend for an hour to spend time with his mom.
Okay. Let's keep
on.
going. Yeah, let's get all the information before we
I work from home as an online tutor working with kids on English and history. So through COVID, my stepson was home with me doing school remotely. I've known him since he was 3 and we have a decent relationship. We bonded over shared hobbies like building Gundam models. I don't know what that is.
That's like anime.
Okay.
They're like machine robot things.
And
Gundam.
I gifted him a special edition of a box set of the second series in the Riordanverse, the Heroes of Olympus. I don't know any of these things. When he showing my boomer self, when he opened,
it'll show up on your YouTube. Don't worry.
I know. As soon as I speak this, it's gonna be on my fucking feed. If it is, I'm gonna fucking send you all the fucking things about it. When he opened my gift, he all but screamed and hugged me as he was thanking me, and he called me mom. Aww. I didn't say anything, but I did smile. I've raised him for almost 7 years, so sometimes I feel like his mother, even though our bond isn't biological. My husband became furious. Once my stepson went up to his room to read his new books, he began to yell at me, quotes including, "You're not his mom. How could you ever be his mom? How dare you let him him call you mom. And you don't have any children. He's mine and not your son. To defend myself, I only replied that I was glad my stepmom saw me as a maternal figure. My husband blew up and told me if my wife came back from the dead, I would divorce you in an instant for her. Don't act so high and mighty because you help my son with homework sometimes or build stupid plastic figurines. No matter how many bedtime stories you read him, and you are not and will never be his mother. That was all a quote. That was not written. It hurt my feelings. My husband and I are sleeping in separate. Kyle is making the deceased.
I'm dead.
Separate rooms, and I feel awful. I just don't know how to respond. I love my stepson. I love my husband, but right now I feel utterly devalued and replaceable. I just need to get my feelings somewhere. Somewhere I know he won't find it. Thank you for reading.
I have a
Let's
lot.
talk about the everyday visits to the grave.
I have a lot to say.
I'm so sorry. This is going to come off very
No.
This every day to her grave. That you haven't let go, man.
Thank you. This man has not moved on, which
is whatever.
Fine.
But he needs to go to therapy. Good God.
Yeah, this man has not moved on.
Taking your kid to her grave every weekend for an hour, and it's not. It doesn't sound forced, but it's almost like you have to do it. Like what? Yeah. The son at some point is going to be like, I'm surprised the son hasn't been like, I don't want to do this.
I don't really want to do that. Well, yeah. And
for a mom that, and not speaking ill of the dead woman, but he probably, if she died when he was 3, he doesn't probably have very many memories of her.
Right.
That's tough to make a kid go every weekend to her grave for an hour. What do you?
Yeah. Which we would never say it's, that's too much or anything, but it is very clear that this is not helping.
Yeah, it's not.
So yes, this man has not moved on. This man is stuck. I can understand how the kid calling her mom it would be upsetting. However, I think like she said, and as you know, I'm a big into paternity court. And in paternity court, we talk about that sometimes mom and dad is more than just biological. Like,
yeah.
Like you can be the father, but not the dad. Or you can, like.
Yeah. It's a very, like, yeah, like biology doesn't mean really shit.
No.
Dad means somebody who, like raised you and did.
Exactly.
And, like, I don't know. I remember reading this and I was like,
yeah.
But I'm like, my advice would be different. Or if like she came into my office and was like, I just had this big fight with my husband. Like, what do I do? I'd say, what do you want? What's your end goal for this?
Well, I think I would ask, what do you think of your relationship? Because to me, that means your relationship's not stable. If that man says, if my wife came back, you'd be gone.
Well, that too, but
I think
I'd be like, what do you want? Do you want your husband to like apologize to you? Like, do you want a resolution? Like, what do you
want?
Like, what's the best case scenario for you after this fight? Is it we stay together, we talk through it?
Right.
Because I'm like, if Justin and I had been married before and we had a fight and he said that to me,
I'd be done.
With no kids, I'd be gone.
Yeah.
There's a little more complication with a stepson who just called you mom. Like that makes it a little bit tougher. Like that makes it because you don't want to just up and leave. But like,
right.
Because that will make it, I think, a little tougher for him too. But I think it's.
Well, I think it says a lot about their relationship, though. I have a lot of questions. And I get though, like, she's not gonna take number one, which she said, like, I get that, like, clearly they were like first loves or whatever, and she's always gonna have the late wife
she does not put ages, so I don't know how old they all are.
The late wife is always gonna have a space in his heart, and I think that's fine, but like that's I don't like these dynamics between them all. That's scary. I think I would have to have a serious conversation with him to be like, so
I think it's one where I would book couples counseling and be like, we're going.
And if he said no, I'd be like, well, then this is done.
Yeah, because I think, I
think even with the son, because clearly the son, well, I guess I shouldn't say clearly, but I assume the son heard or knows that dad didn't like that. So that's really going to make him feel bad. And like, so it's not helping anybody, clearly.
Yeah, it's.
Nope. Everybody, nope. No. That man needs therapy. A lot of men do.
Oh God. Okay.
Ooh,
I'm trying to scroll through. I'm trying to scroll through for like what's a
good ending.
Yeah. Do you want like a not serious one after that or?
No. Like let's go big or go home. What do you got? I like it. It makes me, even though it's crazy.
I have the perfect last one.
Perfect,
Okay.
perfect,
I read
perfect.
this and I was like, I need to ask Kyle his opinion about this.
Okay. And I'll give it to you.
Take a breath, because this one's a little rough too.
I love it.
Okay. Had sex for the first time ever with my boyfriend, but he texted me the day after with a list of the mistakes I made.
Nope. Done. Thank you. That was the episode.
No, let me read you what this man texted. This poor woman.
Can't.
I, 20 female, lost my virginity to my boyfriend. 35 male. A couple days ago.
I'm sorry. Give me those ages again.
20 female, 35 male. Red flag.
Grooming,
I knew going
grooming.
in I was going to be nervous and clumsy. The sex was pretty awkward and sometimes it hurt, so I had to ask him to stop a bit. He did come, but I couldn't come, probably due to the nerves. Anyway, the next day I woke up to a text from him basically listing the things I did wrong during sex. This is the text. I am reading it verbatim to you.
I'm going to hold on to the table so that I don't fly away.
All I can say is if I got this text from somebody, I would say, fuck you. You old sack of shit. So
you old bitch.
Okay, number 1. And yes, it is numbered.
Have you heard these? No? Okay.
No,
okay.
he's no.
Okay.
Be sexier. Don't be so quiet. Moan and scream. Number 2, your head game needs a lot is in caps, of work. Look it up. 3, don't act awkward. You're not a virgin anymore, so don't act like it. 4, you need to get better at shaving with a winky emoji, not an emoji, but like the colon with the parentheses, like a winky face. 5, don't tell a guy to stop when he's getting into it. Ruins the mood. Girl. 6, let me try what I want. Not letting me ruins the mood. And then another number 6, which should really be 7. Don't be shy. It's not sexy. She wrote, so don't get me wrong. I'm not against being told how I can do stuff better. I know I'm not going to be great at sex, obviously. I just don't like the way he did it. Girl.
It's time to go. Girl, it's time
I'd say get your old
The call
ass
is coming from inside of
ball
the
sack
house.
out of my face.
Right.
We're done.
Right.
I want to know if he shaves, because I bet you he fucking doesn't.
And you know what? He probably left streaks on the couch too.
It's the same one.
It's the same man. It's the same man. We've come full circle.
Oh my God.
That's a big no. No. Their consent is very important. Body autonomy is very important.
Don't tell me not to do something because it ruins them. Girl.
Because I'm getting into it. Well, guess what?
You can say no at any time. It is not. You do not have to like.
Consent,
oh my God.
You can take away consent at any moment. That man could be about to come everywhere, and you can say, "I'm done."
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh no. Girl,
No.
Is there any update? She better have broken the fuck up with him. No way.
There's somebody at one of the comments is like, don't tell it. You know, she's never responded. No, there's no update. This is only from like 2 weeks ago. This is actually more recent.
We'll have to stay on this one. You know what? The world has catered to men long enough that, first off, you didn't even number your list correctly. Let's start there.
I read it and I was like, why does he have 2 number 6s? I was like,
idiot. No.
You need to get better at shaving. I think that is the one that is really
with a wink. With
a winky emoticon.
Which, yeah, you're right.
Showing his age.
He's probably got
boomer.
full bush on his micro penis. Can't even find it. Can't even see it.
Oh my God. See, the petty of me would be like, text him back, but also text him a list. Like, you need to get better at like this. Like, I'd be like, you need to get better at shaving. You're ugly.
You're right. You need a different face. Must be the cash because it ain't your face.
If I had a sweet little client come in and say, my boyfriend, I just had sex, like I just had sex, this is what he said, I would be like,
oh, that's one of those moments as a therapist I would be like, I'm telling you what to do.
Yeah, I think
you have to leave.
I think I would have a real reaction, and I think I'd be like, so you're not going to see him again, right? Is probably what I would say.
Absolutely. I'd be like, this is not okay.
And you're going to block him, and you're going to block him on everything, and you're
going to move. You're going to change your name.
Right. You're going to get a new phone number.
You're going to have a sex change. You have masculine energy anyways, so you're going to have a sex change.
Right. You're going to move at least 3,000 miles away to a town that you have never heard of in your life that is in the
and you don't
middle of the fucking boonies.
Language.
Yeah. I would never. Oh, forget it.
No,
girl.
No,
I'm so sorry. That
so
is
sorry.
awful. I feel bad for her.
I do too. Yeah, that not a good experience.
No,
not a good first sex
experience. That's gonna be something. Oh, that's gonna be bad forever for her. Like, oh,
trauma.
It could be as simple as a emoticon you need to get better at shaving.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh my God.
Fuck this.
Anyways,
I love that. That's perfect.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that one. We gotta see.
I'll save.
We gotta see.
I usually keep them on my save just because.
We'll do like a Reddit,
Updates.
like Gold Star or what are those called?
Gold Star, like
almost like a
best of Reddit,
like a best of Reddit like update. Like you know how they you know how they used to do like on like some of the dating shows and be like, where are they now? We can do something like that.
Yeah, I can definitely because some of them do update. A lot of people unfortunately don't. It's kind of a shame. If they get usually if they get like killed to hell or like they're like, you're
they don't want to see
like the guy who threw out
it.
the dolls. Like, I'm shocked that he even wrote again, because usually once you get like, you're the asshole, they never come back. Plus he also got banned, which means he probably was being a dick in the comments.
There you go.
Anyways, let's do a gay or straight. This is very random. This is just things that I was thinking while I was just my little pea brain. I was just like, oh my God, let me think of these things. You ready?
Right.
Gay or straight, these make no sense. There's no rhyme or reason.
This whole podcast is that, so it's fine.
We should update our description. There's no rhyme or reason.
There's no rhyme or reason for this.
Movies, gay or straight? I'm gonna say straight.
I think I would go straight.
Big
yeah,
straight
I
energy.
think that's straight energy.
VHS tapes.
Oh, I think that's straight.
I do think it's also straight.
Mechanical, that's straight. Yeah.
Using a kiddie pool as an adult, like you buy a little kiddie pool, you blow it up, you put it in your backyard in the summer, and you sit in it. Gay or straight?
I think that's bi.
I'm gonna go straight.
I've
only seen what I assume to be straight people doing that, including myself. Well, I haven't just blown it up and just used it, but I have.
Are we talking like the plastic ones? Or
no, like a blow up one.
Oh, that's straight. That's straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. I thought you meant like the little plastic.
No,
not
like the plastic little ones.
You're like yeah.
Avocados. I'm gonna go bi.
I think it's bi.
I think it's very
bi.
Sunglasses.
Oh, gay.
That's gay.
Yeah, that's
I'm
gay.
with you.
Yeah.
Cats. Straight. It's straight for me.
I would.
Single white female.
The gays like cats too, though. You got the cat gays, but I want to say straight because I don't like cats. So.
I think it's straight. I think mostly because I associate cats with single white female.
Oh, God. Well.
Dogs. I'm gonna go gay. My dogs are
gay or bi. Gay or
bi.
My
dogs are gay.
Yeah.
That's fine. My dogs are pansexual. They don't care. They love everyone. The Olympics, gay or straight?
I think gay.
I also think gay. I was gonna say
gay.
bi, but I think it's gay because it's very theatrical sometimes.
Right.
The opening ceremony is always like. Did you watch the Beijing one? That was crazy.
No.
Okay.
No.
Last one. Kiwis, gay or straight? It's gay.
You think it's gay?
I think kiwis are gay. I don't know why.
It does feel gay. Like
I have no
kiwi. Yeah. Like
I have no rationale. I just feel I'm like it's gay.
Well, that's the beauty of gay or straight. You don't have to.
Yeah, you
don't have to
It.
justify.
No.
I love that.
I was just having random thoughts. I was thinking about, I was like, what if like a kiddie pool? Because our neighbors, well, you can see it. Kyle can see because of the window, but the neighbors that are directly behind us, they have a big one. It's like bigger than this table, but they have like a kiddie pool that they blow up in the summer. One summer, their adult daughter.
My dad has one.
Yeah, their adult daughter was just like hanging out with a wine in the middle of the day, and I was like,
love that. Right. Well, some people will, and this isn't gay or straight. This is hillbilly. People will make an in-ground pool with those. They will make a big.
Oh, sure. Like they'll dig it up.
They will dig it up and put it in a hole.
We should do gay, straight, or hillbilly.
Are you? I have been given life. I have been resurrected
gay,
because
straight. I'll do the next time you program us, you do gay, straight, or hillbilly.
Well, as a hillbilly, I can tell you, which I got yelled at because I think I said something about being a hillbilly in the episode. My mom was like, "You're not a hillbilly. We're not hillbilly." I'm like, "Well, you two aren't, but the rest of them are."
Yeah.
But I can tell you. So sorry. Oh my goodness. We have to end. We have to end. I touched the microphone. Oh my God.
Well, there you have it.
We're
so sorry that we subjected you to Reddit stories.
No, they loved it.
If you get a text from your partner after you have sex, I'm very sorry.
If you want to send us your Reddit stories.
Yeah, if you ever think there's like a good one,
or if you have one.
There are a lot of please, because there are a lot of Instagrams. Sometimes it comes up on my feed, not very often, but there's an Instagram. There's several Instagrams that are reposting Reddit stories.
Oh.
And so if you see one or this comes up for you, please just DM us just DM us and say you need to read this.
Or write us your own experiences.
Mm-hmm. I will. Oh my God.
We'll read those.
That would be a good Patreon. It would be like you're like an embarrassing or like a wild story.
Could you imagine? We'll have to ask some of our friends, like, can we use your story?
No, like yours and mine.
Oh, like our personal?
Yes, like our personal, like, wild stories.
Oh, God. Do we have time? I don't think we should.
I have one good
People
one.
would be commenting and be like, "You need therapy," and we'd be like, "This is not what this is. This is not what this is
tells
for."
me is you need therapy.
Right? Yeah, don't worry, I'm in therapy. Thank you so much.
There was like, you need
Hi,
therapy.
Jamie.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I have one that I talk about. So I don't very rarely talk about, but I do have a wild, like, just life story and nothing like I didn't.
Do I know it? Have you told me?
I can tell. I will tell you, and when we're done, I can tell you what it is.
Okay.
It's funny. I think it's funny. It makes me laugh.
I have to think.
I think some people are horrified when they hear it. I think it's hilarious.
I suppress a lot of my life, so I don't have to deal with it.
I would honestly have to think though. We'd have to have a prompt for that. It couldn't just be like a random story. We'd have to do like most embarrassing or most like unbelievable or like drunkest, whatever. Which I don't even have a lot of those.
Oh, I have one of those.
No, I don't. Anyways, well, if that was something you would pay for, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
We're heavily discussing setting up a Patreon. And you could maybe get episodes where Kyle and I talk about our personal lives a little bit more.
Oh God, that'd be scary.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be scary. We'll think about it.
Well, everybody stay tired.
And petty.